Hi everybody, it's Keely here from the Auburn Valley Humane Society, and today we're going to do an activity. We're actually going to make something we call it an enrichment item for your pets. So you're going to need some toilet paper tubes. Just one will work if you only got one pet at home. I've got 2 dogs and I don't want them arguing about who gets the toy, so we've got 2 here. We've got some kibbles, some food that my dogs like to eat, some special treats that they have, and I'm going to use yogurt, but if you've got a can of some wet food at home, that's awesome to use. Anything that your dogs like. I just have plain Greek yogurt at home, so I thought it would be nice for my dogs to have. I know that my dogs can have it and not have a problem. Sometimes dogs do get an upset tummy from having dairy, so you kind of want to be on the lookout for that. But use what you have at home. You don't have to use anything that's wet. I just think it makes it a little extra intense and a little bit harder for them to get to the things inside. And we'll get to why I want to do that later. But if you want to just use wet or just use dry food, kibbles, and treats, that's fantastic too. Your dogs are going to be, or cats are going to be happy either way. So what we're doing is we're going to make an enrichment item. And enrichment is a really big fancy word, but enrichment basically just means it's something that makes something more meaningful, substantial, or rewarding. So you're really just wanting to make your animal's life a little bit more rewarding, a little bit more meaningful, and so you're just doing something as a kind of an extra special treat for them. And enrichment can be anything. It can be anything from, playtime with another animal to going for a walk and smelling new smells, but we're just going to focus today on the type of enrichment that is kind of food-based, because we have it at home most of the time, right? So I've got a couple different items here to show you about what is enrichment and what types of things you can buy or make at home. The first 2 I had to go and borrow from the shelter because I don't have a cat at home, but we have these really awesome toys that are, it's kind of like, I'll put it up right, like a Weeble Wobble from a long time ago. I don't know if anybody's played with those for a little while, but it wobbles and there's actually a hole inside that the cat treats would fall out of, or the cat food would fall out of. So if I can get it open, I think his head comes off. And you can fill it up with some treats, close it, and then, let him wobble and the treats will fall out. So it kind of relies on your cat wanting to bat at things, and they'll get a special reward for interacting with it. And the same thing goes for this lovely treat ball. We had a bunch of these donated to the shelter and they're awesome. There we go. The bottom comes off and you can fill it up with treats. And then this one actually has the option to kind of make it more or less difficult by twisting this. So we'll see if you can see. It's all closed right now and the little holes on the top are open. And then you can rotate it and the little holes close and the big holes on the sides open. But this one can kind of roll all different directions and treats would fall out of any of those holes, which makes it pretty cool as a special way for your pets to kind of work a little harder and use their brains while they're also eating. I like to do that with my dogs because they're a little wild sometimes, so it kind of is a nice relaxing time for me while they get to focus on something else. So for my dogs, these are all things that I have here that I'll bring out and I'll show. The easiest or the most common that you probably have seen is a Kong, and that is just a feeder toy that has a hole in the middle. You can fill it up with all kinds of goodies. At my house, we like to seal it with yogurt or peanut butter. I just want to make sure that the peanut butter doesn't have any artificial sweeteners in it, but it's really common to see Kongs. We also have slow feeders that we really got because my dog eats too fast. But slow feeders are really common, and these are things that you can buy that they're in the store. You can see them for your pets, but you can also make things. That's what we're going to do today. Is kind of like a small version of the Kong that we're making at home ourselves with stuff that you probably have in your recycle bin, which is really cool because it doesn't cost anything. But you can also make, this one's really fancy, it's called a snuffle mat. And you can make these or buy them. You can see them, find them online. But it's just fleece fabric on like a sink mat. So it's hard to see what's going on the back end, but I just tied a bunch of knots in this fleece fabric to make it all stand up. And if you sprinkle some kibbles in here, the dog has to kind of use its nose and its brain and sniff to find that kibble, which is really cool. There's not any more room on the other side of me with the others, but so there's all different things that you can do. Today, we're going to focus on what we have at home. Almost everybody's going to have some toilet paper tubes and some treats and things. So first thing that we're going to do is actually kind of mix everything together. So I have my yogurt in here, And I'm gonna put in just some kibbles, because my dogs love their kibble. They think that it's a treat, which is really lucky for me. Some dogs don't find their kibble as rewarding, but I'm lucky. My dogs are pretty motivated by anything that I'm gonna give them, which is cool for me. And I'm also gonna put in some treats. And these are freeze-dried treats. So I'm actually gonna save them. I don't want them to get too wet. And I'm gonna use them as plugging up the holes in the ends of this so that my yogurt mixture doesn't fall through. Well, I don't think it's going to. Looking at it, it looks pretty thick. A couple more of these guys. All right. So mix together whatever it is that you're going to use. It can be just dry treats, dry food. You just want to kind of use whatever it is that your pets love. If you know that they like to eat their kibble, that's totally fine if you just put their kibble in. I can tell you that my dogs would be very happy to have just their kibble. So then we're going to take our toilet paper tube and we're just going to fold it in and kind of close up one end of our toilet paper tube. It's really not too difficult, not too fancy. Sometimes it's hard to get it all sealed up, but I'm actually going to cheat and use one of these to seal it up. So we'll put that down kind of flat at the bottom. And then we're going to scoop in, depending on how messy you want to get, you can just use the spoon or you can use your fingers. I brought a napkin out because I'd rather not get too messy and then try to touch everything, but I'm going to push all of this into the hole here. And then I'm going to use another one of these to kind of seal up the other end. And we're going to fold this down. And then I like to make these extra hard for my dogs because they're kind of used to it. And I'm going to put it in the freezer for a little bit when we're done. But I'm going to make one more because I got 2 puppies and don't want them having an argument over who gets what. So we'll make it just the same so nobody feels like they're getting anything special. Sometimes you do have to feed different things. I've got one dog who gets an upset tummy and it does kind of dictate what the other dog gets to eat now, but it's perfectly okay if they eat different things. Or maybe you've got a dog and a cat and they're going to want to eat different things than your pets. So put some of that in here of our mixture, and I'm going to give my dogs an extra special treat and probably let them lick the bowl when we're done. All right, and then I'm going to put the other one to seal up and just fold this one down. So it's all folded up. Doesn't have to be pretty because your dog's probably going to destroy it as you go. And I am going to clean up a little in here, and I will probably join you guys outside with my dogs, and we'll give them these so they can have the best time ever destroying things and playing, and you can kind of see what it's all about, which is really cool. You really would just want to make sure that you watch your pets because we don't want them to eat the cardboard pieces. So my dogs I know aren't going to eat cardboard pieces, but some dogs try to. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on them and kind of limit that as much as you can. Keep an eye and make sure they're just eating the good stuff on the inside. But I'll join you guys with my dogs, and I'm going to have them eat outside because I think they're going to get a little messy. And that's okay, but I'd rather it happen in the yard and not in my house.
Well, Jazzy and Apollo are now outside with me. This is Apollo, and he's definitely ready for his treat. And I will admit, these are 2 that I just pulled out of the freezer. I cheated a little bit. I made them yesterday. Okay, buddy. Thank you. So I cheated a little bit, and I made these yesterday. Jazzy, Apollo, come here. Oh, Jazzy needs some privacy. All right, sit. Thank you. So that one's for you, buddy. We'll let him have a good time. He wants to carry it off somewhere. So he's gonna work on opening that one up. We'll see if we can get a good angle on him. Sorry if I'm a little shaky, folks. I'm trying to keep up with, hey, this silly guy here and keep an eye on him. Jazzy, do you want a treat? Yes, please. You want this? That's for you. You can have it. Good girl, you can have it. Okay, go get it. So they're working on opening these up. He's definitely doing a good job. He's always very food motivated. So Apollo's definitely got one end open and he's gonna clean out the inside. So we love to see your pets working on whatever it is that you decide to make them. And I should mention, you don't have to just do these for dogs or cats. That's what I see the most of, but maybe you have a rabbit at home. You can use a toilet paper tube and you can put some hay inside and kind of let them have a good time getting to that hay that's in a different place than maybe it normally is. And that's just one small thing that you can do to kind of enrich the lives of the animals in your homes. And it doesn't take a whole lot. So this is all just stuff that I already had. I was worried my yogurt was gonna go bad in the fridge, so I definitely couldn't keep up with that, but my dogs are gonna help me. They're gonna help me eat my big container of yogurt, and they are gonna love it, as you can tell. Apollo, gonna show us what you're doing? Good boy, what you got? All right, buddy, don't eat the cardboard. Good boy. Yeah, work on the other end. Yep, so that's why you want to watch them while they're out here. Make sure that they don't eat anything that's not the food part of their treat. But he's gonna probably just destroy it. His favorite thing is to destroy cardboard. We give him boxes. When the Amazon man comes, he gets to clean up the cardboard boxes most of the time. All right, I gotta monitor him a little bit more right now, so give me just a second. But we want to see what you guys, how much fun your pets have with their toys that they created. So show us those, and I'm gonna say goodbye so that I can keep an eye on this knucklehead. I love him so much, but he's a troublemaker, so I want to keep a good eye on him. Thanks for joining us, everybody.